Hello and welcome to another edition of Data Spaces. My name's Gareth. Before we jump into today's platform update, I'd like to give a warm thank you to the over 1,700 people who have signed up for the Prototypr.ai waitlist. I sincerely appreciate the response and can't wait to get this product in your hands, get your feedback, and make this product even better with you. As part of this progress update, I'd like to share some new functionality that I'm working on that will help you bring your ideas to market faster with no code and AI. I've been researching how to generate user interfaces with OpenAI's incredible GPT 3.5 model. You know, the one that powers the infamous ChatGPT. So today, let's get inspired and let's generate a ChatGPT style UI on Prototypr.ai. Okay, so I'm actually in a product workspace on Prototypr.ai, and the basic idea behind this place is to create a space where you can rapidly generate prototypes with AI and then build test plans that you need to effectively measure the results of your creations. These test plans, they can actually include hypotheses, information about experiment design, links to reports, all used to help you quantify your results. All right, so that's fantastic. I'm really excited about that feature. Let's go now into generating UI with AI. So we're going to click on this right here. And I have a couple prompts that I've kind of pre-saved. We're going to try and chain them together to see if we can get the desired results. Okay, so the first one is we're going to create a chat interface with a conversation between a cat and a person. Each piece of conversation has two components, a user profile picture from Wikipedia and a paragraph representing a conversation. Paragraphs should be positioned to the right side with images on the left side. Image width, 50 pics and round. Add an input field to the bottom, bootstrap. All right, that looks great. This is awesome. We're off to a really nice start. One of the things that we can do is we can export the code. And so you can kind of see exactly what the model actually generated. And if you wanted to use this code, you can. And it's really, really exciting. All right, so it'll just take a couple seconds for GPT-3 to kind of produce that and clean that code to make it ready for export. And there you go. That looks great. And we also have some styling options as well. The next thing I wanted to show you was we have a iStock integration, and we also have a DALL-E integration. So you can kind of change some of these images that you may have generated, or if you want to add new images, there's tons of options here on the table. So let's click on this person right here, and we're going to have some fun, and we're just going to generate an image, and we'll see what kind of comes of it. All right, so I love robots. So let's generate a portrait of a nerdy robot, Pixar style, soft lighting, extreme detail, lab setting, window in the background, 4K 3D render. That seems to produce pretty good results for this kind of image. Okay, that's pretty funny. All right, we'll just use this guy. Okay, he looks pretty nerdy. Okay, so now let's try and expand on our UI and iterate on it, right? So we can iterate on it using even written CSS, which is pretty incredible. All right, so let's add some padding of 25 pixels to the top and bottom of each row of conversation. Let's set alternating background colors to the cat and person. We're going to use two colors. We're going to reduce the font size of the paragraphs to, say, 12 pixels. And we're going to set the color to FFF, which is white. So this will take hopefully not too long. Sometimes it takes 5 to 10 seconds. Really all depends on how heavy the API is being used. So feel free to fast forward if you would like. Okay, there we go. That looks pretty good. You can see the font colors are reduced, or the font size is reduced. The colors are now white. There's padding on those two rows of conversation. That looks great. That's pretty much exactly what we asked for. Let's just maybe add one more another minor kind of changes, and then we can kind of wrap up this prototype. So what we're going to do is we're going to reduce the font size of the input field to 13 pixels. We're going to wrap it in a div called input container We'll add 3 more pieces of conversation to the thread and update the conversation topic to be about the benefits of building UI with AI. Then we're going to change the background color of the input container to one of the colors that we used previously. And while this is loading, I just want to take a minute to ask you for your feedback in the comments below. So what do you like about this product? What don't you like? Are there any sort of features that you would love to see added? And if you have any other sort of general feedback about this app or what I'm doing here, I'd love to hear it. So please add some comments below. Okay, hopefully this won't take too much longer. And here we go. This is perfect. All right, this is looking really good now. It's kind of changed the background of the input div, which is kind of cool. And it's reduced the font size there. You can see that. It's added some more pieces of conversation that are talking about the benefits of building UI with AI. This is really neat. Okay, so one of the things that I've done now is I've created a chat interface. It's just a prototype, right? But I can download the code, and I've actually done this and wanted to create my own kind of ChatGPT in this UI tool that can help you with next steps, right? So if you're thinking about next steps, when you submit some data into that form, type your message here, that data goes somewhere. So we can write some JavaScript to listen for that. And we can also catch it in Python and just kind of do something with it. So we can get GPT-3 to help us write next steps. So this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to open up the chat interface, and I'm going to ask it for some help on some next steps to make this UI become more of a reality. All right, so AI, can you write some JavaScript that would listen for an enter on a keyboard and send the value of the input to using the fetch API to an endpoint called chat as part of a Flask app? Make sure to include headers, response, and error handling. Then write Python that would catch the data, some comments about doing something with it before returning updated data to the client. And at the end, write up some security best practices for securing this API. Okay. Looks like the AI has come back with some results. This looks amazing. Okay, so it looks like here you can see here's some JavaScript right here. It's capturing the data. It has an event listener that's listening for the appropriate key, the enter key. It's capturing that value. It's sending it using the fetch API to the endpoint chat, which is really cool. You have the response and error handling kind of there. It has written some of the Python for the route, which is really neat. And there we go. And then underneath that, we have some security best practices for securing this API. This is great. This is a first draft, obviously, right? There's obviously some things you'd probably want to change to this code, but for the most part, this looks pretty good, and it's definitely helpful in getting this UI that we just created out the door. So that's it. That's my demo. Really appreciate your time. Thanks for watching. I'd love for you to come try this product out at Prototypr.ai. I'll drop a link in the comments, and feel free to leave any comments below. And thanks for watching.